Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning back in to Keyes Kustoms, and today we are just playing. We're unloading junk that we got from Newbern's, and I don't know what we're gonna get into. But my buddies Joe and Dakota are here. They're here to pick up the junior dragster that Newbern had bought from them, and they end up doing another deal back on it because I think Newbern found another one, and Joe wanted that one back for his grandkids. And we were trying to unload this motor. Joe wanted to look at this engine with me. Master's down here hanging out with us. Joe's over there looking at my fake blower. So,
pretty cool.
Yeah. I think we could do something with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of set up like a tunnel ram on the inside now. A lot of people commented and said that it wasn't a real blower, but it was a real blower.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see where they slid the casing in and welded it in, and you can tell that it one time had rotors and was functioning and the real deal. But for what I want to do with it, I think it'd be perfect. Find some sort of old dragster chassis, mount the Hemi. I've got the adapter plate for a Turbo 350, and build an intake to set that blower on that Hemi and have it just where it would crank and look cool. It really won't be doing much. So. Dakota, Joe's not talking to us.
When I'm looking at blowers,
Look,
I was looking at the ribs, how they went to the trouble of shaking
He's
the
in
ribs and all. It looks
Blower Land. You ever heard that song Lunch Lady Land by Adam Sandler? Joe's in Blower Land.
Well, I've always wanted one, so I'm just admiring yours. So.
Okay, y'all go back about 10 videos and we go to Joe's house. He has 932 blowers. So anyway. But I did unload the engine test stand that Newbern got from his friend, and I'm going to modify it. I'm going to redo this panel, mount some gauges, redo this radiator and this mount because this right here don't line up, mount a fan, and change up some stuff so we can put small block Chevy, small block Ford, big block Ford, Chevy, whatever on there, and fire it up and let it run. I've always enjoyed doing that, and I've got an engine, Joe, in the back corner that I want to put on here one day pretty soon. Got it from a friend, never heard it run. It's supposed to be a nice engine, and so.
Let me guess, is it the ZZ4?
No, I've heard I've actually cranked the ZZ4.
Oh, okay.
This is a, let me see, it's a small block Chevy. It's behind the Camaro. It's red over there, but it come out of a Corvette, and it was supposed to be the original engine to the Corvette. It's got camel humps on it. It's a 3970010 block. So does that mean it is a 350 and possibly 2 or 4 bolt main, right?
Right.
So
Most of them are 4 bolt. Some, I believe, I've seen a 2 bolt 010, and I've seen an 014 both ways, but normally a 14's a 2 bolt and a 10's a 4 bolt.
Right.
And that should be 68 to 79, and I'm sure on the lesser side, especially with those old double humps on it,
Well,
probably right in the 69 area, 70.
I say we throw it on there one day and fire it up and see what it sounds like. We might even put the fake blower on it and run it that way. So my engine hoist is still at my buddy Matt's house, so we are using the lift to unload this motor. Dakota, will you do the honors? And there's a button over there. Just ease up real gently, please. Looking good. Looking great. Keep coming. All right. So the story on this engine is it's supposed to be Smedding Performance 383 crate engine. And one of our good friends, Mr. Mike Axley, had built a street rod. Newbern knows the official year range, but he built it probably 25 years ago, maybe longer. And his Newbern's daddy actually played a part in it. Well, he sold the car, I think, to a guy out in California. And maybe it changed hands once or twice since then, but one of those gentlemen put this crate motor, or had this crate motor put in that car. It was low on oil pressure, and Mr. Mike got Newbern to put a new creative ring in it. So we're hoping for a decent bottom end, which I didn't crack the pan and looked at Newbern's, but we didn't flip it all over and everything. So I need to get my pan, we'll catch water. What you fishing take off?
I was just curious if you want the Velcros off or go for the pan.
No, let's go ahead and pull the valve cover.
Okay.
So I thought it was odd to have standstill rockers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Not even railway hitch.
Right.
After aftermarket
So
aluminum heads.
it's got the bosses, so we can convert it to roller pretty easily. Let me go get my tray back here to catch any junk that falls out. So we're gonna lose some fluids. I done drained the oil one time, but I'm sure it's done settled again. That's not a real strong.
We want to take these completely off,
Uh,
or just loosen them up.
just do them like that right there. Y'all look how clean all this is.
Yeah, that's not noticing too.
This thing
Clean.
don't have a lot of miles on it.
No.
I mean, there's hardly no wear marks or
Yeah.
nothing on this. So. Hey Joe, probably need to go back with some ARP hardware on these heads, right?
Yeah,
Since we going blower now. The reason I'm asking Joe all these questions because I've never built a blower motor. Joe has. You ever heard of the old saying, Bo knows, Joe knows?
That rhymed.
I know. We'll get some stickers made says Joe knows. All right, think it'll come right off. We're gonna fry it.
Come right up.
Came right off.
What do we see?
That thing's probably fine for boost, cause it's got a dish in it.
Be good for mile boost like it is. Or we'll see if they're forged too. Mighty shiny, but we'll see. They end up probably gonna be cast a little dimple like that. No, so we got to get you some forged in here so you can really put the party pulleys on.
Party pulleys.
That's what Newbern says. Party.
I
Pulleys.
know.
I partied a little too much with mine this year.
Yeah,
That's the reason it's back apart.
that's why I set the engine shop.
All right. So from what reading I've been doing, and me and Newbern discussing stuff, and talking with you, Joe, it's really not crucial to have the best head because you're forcing air through it.
That's right.
I mean, that's gonna be fine for what I'm gonna
I
do
think so. What you're doing, that's gonna be good.
because we don't even know what brand those are, and I'm pretty sure that Smending is a lot of in-house stuff now. I know they're doing their own blocks. I know they're doing their own castings. And whatever cam I decide on, I'll just order valve springs to match it. Valve springs.
Hard to get a real good measurement with it still in there. 2-inch 0.20 thousandths would only be here. That may be a little bigger. I think it's 205 intakes. And then on your exhaust on the standard, the 160s. Yeah. 160 exhaust, 205 on the intake.
Okay.
That's a good set. And they really got a nice port to them. This is going to run really good. That's about the same head I've got on my little Willys, you know. It'll work fine.
We could have pulled them plugs out right there.
What?
All right, set it on that pan there. Ta-da!
Oh, very nice. Aftermarket rods, 4-lane. It looks like, well, let's see, force crank or cast crank.
All right, like we were looking at when we were at Newbern's, they notch the block for the 383. But I just wanted to make sure I got a good foundation to build off of. But you're the blower guy, and I'm not. So
I think it's gonna make a great street blower setup, and it could be mile race blower setup even.
So the crank is feasible. It's forwards, right?
You know, it's hard to tell on these. I mean, we always look for the old casting flash wide on a top GM steels.
Yeah.
But nowadays you look at them and they're smooth like this, and they could be forged, could be cast. Being that it had a mile camshaft hydraulic, the hyper-utility pistons and all, it's quite possible this could be a new aftermarket cast 383 crank. And that would handle mile boost. It's going to do what you're going to do on the street. But, and really mile race, you know, but if you're just putting 25 pounds of boost to this thing.
No.
Yeah, we need a forged crank, you know. Good aftermarket rods, same there. They could build, you know, we could go heavier, but this is going to do you great. In fact, you could probably just run the hyper-utilities, keep the boost around 5 pounds or so, and you'd be okay. But little insurance. We'll
But
put forwards in
you
there.
got three other people that like to party. Tell people how to party.
Yeah, we
Too
may have,
much.
we may tie Wesley up and change pulleys on.
I ain't seen any numbers
go.
on it.
383, 3800.
Let's see
All right.
if anybody Googles up.
Let's get the Google machine out and see if we can't find that. All right, guys, we're going to do some more investigating on this short block here and figure out what all we got and what all we got to have. But this ain't going to happen overnight, guys. Like I said, I'll have to save up some more money in order to be able to buy some new pistons and have any machine work or just checking or cleaning, or I would like to put some ARP hardware in this motor. But so far, I'm happy with what we're finding. I would knock the pistons out of it and pull the crank out of it, but tonight is Sunday night, and we got in about 1:15, 1:30 this morning and back up and had to unload all our junk. And I got to clean everything up to put 2 cars back up. Joe's over here deciphering on these heads.
I really think this is going to be it. They look identical, and they are 68cc combustion chambers, 200cc intake runners, if this is right, and the castings look just like them. And even the width right there is the same.
So are they a Pro Comp or a Flowtech or Pro Max or who knows?
They'll name the
I
brand.
guess I could call Smedding Performance and ask
Mhm.
what casting they use, because if it's their 383 crate engine, we can find out. We're going to shut it down for tonight, get everything cleaned up and put up, and we will be back in a day or two and might be working on this thing right here. I don't know. We'll see what we decide to do. All right, so today's Friday, February the 14th. What are y'all doing? We're out eating good and eating chocolates with our baby. What's Keyes Kustoms doing? We're in the shop digging in an old greasy motor. Happy Valentine's Day.
But we did go eat though.
I mean, Madison has on her Valentine attire.
Oh yes, she has on her Valentine socks, Shelby Valentine socks, with hearts all over them. Her Valentine sweater and her Bucky's Valentine shirt underneath there. She is Valentine. She's been that way since 6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, she's all in the spirit.
Yeah.
I've been working down here in the shop today on a friend of mine's car, Mr. Doug's. He's got a little 64 Fairlane, sweet little car. Got some brake issues. I was trying to help him work that out. Then we went and ate, and we were going to go somewhere to do something fancy.
Yeah.
But Madison chose where we got to eat tonight. And she wanted
Chinese.
Chinese.
And now we're all full and miserable and sick.
Yes. So, yeah, it was a choice between Wards, which I think they're only in Mississippi, or Chinese, and she chose Chinese. But tomorrow we are headed up north to see our friend Lance, who is a machinist and has a machine shop. And they're supposed to have a place up there called T-Bones, supposed to be known for their steaks. And Jennifer says, I want that, I want that. So that's what she's going to get tomorrow. It'll be a day late, but you know, we've been married for 48 years, so
We usually don't celebrate Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day for all
No.
the traffic and the crowds.
Well, it's always like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday,
So we always
and we
wait
get
to
home
do it
from
on the
work,
weekend.
and we're tired, and we're like, can we go this Friday or Saturday night?
Yeah.
And this year, it actually fell on a Friday night. We were like, it's going to be so packed. Can we just do it tomorrow? So,
Yeah, and I didn't want to get dressed for this. I just wanted to throw on some clothes and
Yeah.
go. So we wore sweatpants to eat Chinese.
she has on her eating pants, she calls them, and her
Oh
hoodie.
yeah, elastic. Woo!
I have talked to my buddy Joe that was here. I have talked to Mr. Freddie that built Jennifer's engine, or done the machine work on Jennifer's engine in her car. And I have talked to Lance. And y'all are like, well, why are you talking to all these people for? Well, Joe runs blowers on just about everything he has. And Lance and Freddie, they are machinists. They work at machine shops and have been doing this all their lives. So I wanted some honest feedback. And this is what I have decided going along with their input. So, engine still sitting here on the engine stand and still in the same state. So, I called Smedding Performance and talked with them, and they told me that they could not help me unless I had an invoice. And I don't have an invoice. Newbern looked through the paperwork that he got from Mr. Mike and did not have an invoice also. But I did look and find this. Can you see right here on this freeze plug on the back?
Yes.
It says 383E 420 HP, 420 horsepower.
Okay.
All right, so I don't know if this is their 383 Extreme or if this is their 383 Extraordinary. Or
Extra?
Yeah. I don't know what this is. After watching that engine guy on YouTube, which is Smedding Performance, they build and design their own engine blocks. And they do their own cranks, rods, pistons, heads, or they claim that's what they do. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of their corporation or their engines or their process. I have just watched all of their videos on small block Chevys to see what goes into them. Now, this engine is not one of their blocks. This is a GM replacement engine or a ZZ4 block. Because if you run the numbers, that's what it comes back as a crate motor or ZZ4. So, I know Smedding probably started out using these blocks before they got their block into production. Well, I talked to Jacob, and he couldn't tell me if this was a forged crank, if this was forged rods, and we knew that it wasn't forged pistons. So when I got the engine, I had already planned on changing the pistons. But after talking with Lance, sending him a lot of photos, and sending him the numbers off this crank, we're pretty sure that this is a GM Performance crankshaft, like the factory 383 crate engines that GM Performance was selling. Now the rods could be Smedding, the pistons could be Smedding. We're not sure. But after further research and trying to figure all this out, if I pull this engine apart, I've got to order pistons. I got to have a double keyway cut into the crankshaft if the crankshaft is forged, and I need to order a set of forged rods. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, I put a 671 on a 348,000 mile 305 and it lived for 10 years and junk cooked bottles in the parking lot. I don't have that kind of luck. You might have, but I don't have that kind of luck. So I would like to do a forged crank, forged rods, forged pistons, and have my compression ratio where it needs to be reliable and streetable and low key and low maintenance to run my blower. I don't want this radical engine. I just want it to be reliable. But hey, if me and Newbern want to line up at cruising the coast at the red light and dump the clutch and get sideways and go through the next 3 gears, I want it to live. And then if we want to cruise for the next 50 miles, I want to be able to cruise.
You won't be able to, because you'll be arrested and won't get to cruise after the whole 3 years. So I'll cruise and toot toot, blow the horn at you as you're getting handcuffed.
Look, don't rain on my parade. I mean, it was wishful thinking, okay? So
I'm sorry, go ahead with your story. Yeah.
she's done running it now. So guys,
Well, if you do anything with Newbern, you're going to get arrested.
So we're pulling our 283 out and we're putting a 600 in my 57. Anyway, so after considering, all right, so let's say the crank is forged. Well, we got to buy rods, we got to buy pistons, and by the time you do all that, well, then you're going to have it rebalanced, and y'all know the ordeal. It's a snowball effect. So instead of taking this engine apart and basically redoing the bottom end, there's no use in it. This is a complete engine that run good. We just got to figure out why the oil pressure started dropping on it. It never rattled, it never knocked, it got down to 5 or 10 pounds, and it might be a bearing issue, a clearance issue. It might have to be gone through. We don't know. I don't know. But I can put the heads back on it, scratch that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Y'all will think that I'm going to put the oil pan on it and run it. No. We can take it apart, inspect, check everything, and find out our issue and put it back together just the way I got it from Newbern. And it'll be a complete engine. The only thing I will do to it is change it to a roller camshaft, because it is a roller block, but it has a flat tappet cam in it. And we might find something later on down the road to put it in. Now, we got all that cleared up, out of the way. We're not going to use this. We're not going to rebuild it. We're not going to replace all its internals to make it work for the blower. We're going to leave it a 383 and just fix it. Whew. I have another engine in the corner that I had planned on using this whole time. But when Newbern got this one, we thought that we could just change the pistons and go with it. Maybe find an oil screen with something in it, or a bad oil pump, or maybe it needed a set of cam bearings. I don't know. But that's not the case. And yeah, so you're going to stay just like you are, little motor. We're just going to find your oiling issue and run you. All right, so after running the numbers, we know what this is, what block this is, we know what crank this is. The rods, we don't know the pistons. They're hyper-eutectic, and they're 4-valve relief dish, and I don't know anything about these heads. The only number I can find on them is a little bitty number stamped right here. I'm going to try to call Cementing back and talk with them about these heads, but they look good. I mean, they're dirty as far as being run. 202s, 160s, but the valve train look good. There's nothing rubbing, there's nothing cracked, or you can see that nothing's got on top of the piston. We can clean all of this up, make it look nice again. And whatever cam we order, we can change the valve springs and put the 383 back together. Basically, it'll be the exact same engine that comes from Cementing. It'll just have a cam swap. And I talked to Jacob about that, and he said that he would sell me a cam to go in it. He could sell me the lifters, the dog bones, the spider, everything to make the motor roller, to keep all that in stock. Now, with that being said, I also asked Jacob about getting pistons to go in that engine. And he said they do not sell the piston because they changed their bore up on their standard blocks. So therefore, since they use their own block now, They don't keep pistons in stock to put in that engine. I know. I hear you. I get it. I know. I can order some. Can pull them out. We can weigh them. We can call the piston company, match some up as close as possible. I get it. But like I said, there's no use in changing pistons. There's no use in changing rods and having it all rebalanced. And because if I got to do that, why not order a full balance rotating assembly? And I don't have to be 383. I'm fine with 350. I don't have to notch a block and do all that. I have this engine over here in the corner that Coon gave me like, I don't know, 15 years ago. So this is it right here. And I'm pretty sure it's standard bore. It's 4-bolt main. It has the provision for the fuel pump rod, which I like because I like running manual fuel pumps. I think it's going to be close to the serial number on that block over there. It's roller. It's 1-piece rear main seal. So let's see if we can't get this out, get it over there. Maybe by the look from the gearhead gods that this thing will roll over and we can knock the pistons out of it, pull the crank, get the block stripped down and inspect it, and we'll load it in the back of your truck. We'll take it to Lance tomorrow. So let's see if we can't push this car forward a little bit. Don't let me run into Blanche.
Oh my God.
And maybe I can ease the motor around here, ouch, and get it over in this area. Then we can push the car back, and then maybe I can squeeze it right through there. Yep, it's gonna be tight.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
See that little tight area?
I do.
You're not showing them that tight area though.
Oh. See that tight area? That curve up there is going to be cute. So.
The only advantage we have is that's one of them 3-wheeler engine stands. Means we can navigate it, but
Yeah.
they turn over easy.
That's not good either.
Mm-hmm.
We're going through all my cars to get it out.
I'm so sorry that we're going through all your cars.
I know. Let's go through some of yours with this thing.
You're going through all of my cars.
Shut up. Where's the WD-40 for God's sake? Woo! That's powerful.
Y'all be sure and turn your volume up.
Is he over?
God knows what? What?
What? Is he
What'd you
over?
say?
Did you say something?
Is it over?
Huh?
God, my. I've been wanting to try this. I come across a guy's YouTube channel a while back. I think it's called Puddin' Creek. And he was trying some Deep Creek. I've always used WD-40 in the regular chain store stuff. So we use Seafoam all the time.
It's made by Seafoam. Okay.
So we're gonna try you out. See how you do, Mr. Deep Creek. Oh yeah, it's creeping deep all down in them pistons. Probably needs to set for 24 hours, but we don't have time for that
So we
around
use it
here.
like 3 minutes and then go after it.
Yeah. Spray a little bit on them lifters. Oh, it's kind of foamy. All right, Mr. Deep Creek, you've been sitting for 10 seconds. Here we go.
Like,
Madison, we're taking bets. Is it going to roll over or no roll over?
yeah, I think it will.
Really? That soon?
Okay, maybe not, but you know. Are you really putting some oomph into it?
I don't want to turn the engine stand over, but yeah.
Me stand on the engine stand?
I thought it was moving, but it's the engine stand. Dead gummit. Okay. Let's get back the other way. You're not standing on the engine
You
stand.
didn't tell me you wanted me to.
I thought it was just common sense.
No, I said, do you want me to stand on it? And you never said anything.
Watch your finger there, baby.
Well, I'm hoping you're not going to get my finger.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's give them pistons a shot.
A shock.
Yeah. Oh! I felt it. Let's go this way a little bit. Ooh, I see some shiny metal. What? No way. What? No. Look at that shiny metal. Look.
Ooh, shiny metal.
Shiny metal. Deep creek. Oh, watch out. Deep creek for the win. Are you kidding me?
So what did I win?
What do you mean, what did you win?
Well, you took bets on whether or not it was going to turn.
Oh, you get me for Valentine.
I've had you for Valentine's for years.
Look, I can see crosshatch marks in there. We'll give her a little bit of a boring job. Oh, that's terrible.
Terrible.
I ought to have my butt kicked.
Worse than sitting?
It don't even have a ridge.
You'll be ashamed.
I know. That's terrible of you. Well, got the pistons out, guys. Fixing to pull the crank. And I was just sitting here looking. This is my fault. And I feel terrible about it because I don't know what the story is on this engine. I can't remember. And it has literally been sitting in here for 17, 18 years, 16, 17 years, something like that. Maybe, yeah, somewhere around there. And it has sweated so bad that it has rust stains where it's been sitting. But I want y'all to look at the crank right here. See that right there, bro? That's a stain. See how I'll wipe off the rust residue, the brown? That is a stain right there. That's not a gouge. Look at these bearings right here. Standard bearing. And if I rub this clean, that is a stain right there. So either this thing had been freshened up and never used, or I don't know. It's just, yeah. We probably could have put a set of heads on this motor and run this motor. And now that I think about it, this engine come out of a gas truck that was run on propane. Boom. There it is. I just remembered it. Yep.
I didn't know a truck could run on propane.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. A lot of stuff back then used to run on
I
propane.
had no clue.
School buses used to, or around our area. Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, you told me it was going to be lighter because the crank was going to be out. We picked it back up with the crank in it.
It's called reverse psychology. It worked.
No, it didn't. I almost didn't get it up there. Did you
You done
notice?
good. You done good. Look,
I was
but
kind of.
this is the best Valentine's present you could give me, helping me down here. So, Master, we come hold the light for you, sweet there, dear old Paul, please. Come around here, baby,
Don't get dirty.
and follow where I'm at. There you
Try
go.
not to touch the motor.
Okay. 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 They're moving. You're in a bad spot. Hang on, we're gonna roll you just a little bit. Look at you. Oh, you're so good. Okay. Gotta roll it a little bit more. Alrighty. And run it.
What is that?
That is rat turds. And you just touched them, okay.
I've touched rat turds before.
You have? Madison, did you know Mama like to play with rat turds?
She raised rats, remember?
Oh yeah, she does. Does these people know you raise rats to feed to your snakes?
And roaches. I raise roaches too.
Yeah. You gotta worry about nobody coming seeing us anytime soon.
Hey, you do what
It's
you gotta do.
spiders.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, spiders too.
Yeah. That guy that come and see me today,
Yeah.
Mr. Doug, he said, I see y'all got some goats up there. I said, yes, sir. He said, what kind of goats are them? I said, pet goats. I said, you just pet them. That's all you do.
And
That's,
feed them.
that's all Jennifer does is pet them and feed them. Her and Massa. He's like, they like animals? I said, oh, we have everything under the sun. I said, the only thing we don't have is a giraffe because I won't let her cut a hole in the roof.
You can put those in the backyard, you know.
Huh?
You can put those in the backyard.
We'd have to sell everything we get house to put a down payment on a giraffe. You probably got to have some kind of special license or
Oh,
something.
I bet you do.
Somebody's probably watching it now and probably has a giraffe.
If you do comment, send me pictures. I want to see.
Or a tiger.
You are a tiger. I don't know if I want a tiger. I think I'd be scared of it. So
I want a lion.
Yeah, after we watched that video the other night, that guy that raised one, and
then it ate him.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a GM 5.7 liter. Okay.
It looks big. I mean, it looks wider than. It looks big blocky to me.
Oh no. Small block Chevy casting numbers. Let's see what this is, guys.
1410. 1148.
86 and up, 350, 2 or 4 bolt main, 1 piece seal, roller cam. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say it's got the bosses in it and they're already drilled and tapped, so we're good. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for. Alright, so me and Jennifer are gonna back her little Toyota truck up in here. We'll get this loaded on something where it won't roll around and get it strapped. And we will see y'all in the morning, hopefully around 8 a.m. because it's 10:30. By the time we get home, we get showers, get to bed, it'll be midnight. Alright, baby doll, go get your truck, let's get her loaded. We'll see y'all in the morning, guys. Alright guys, we just pulled up. Jennifer Madison done walked in. And we are here in Union, Mississippi. He got cool stuff. Y'all ready to see some cool stuff? Let's go look at some cool stuff. I mean, as soon as you walk in the door, look. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. More cool stuff. There's Lance, he's cool too.
Maybe.
And check this out. I've never seen one of these in person. Where'd you find them?
One of them got from a guy up in North Alabama, and then the other one, the guy walked in here and seen it and said, "Man, I got one of those things I want to get rid of." So they multiplied, and I hadn't fooled with them, and that one will run, but I hadn't fooled with it in them to make them.
So it tells you how strong the spark is on the
Well,
distributor?
you can set your curve with it. Of course, it's got a vacuum pump on it if you got vacuum advance, and there's this wheel rolls around here. Of course, you got 360 degrees and 4, 6, 8 cylinder, whatever. So as you run it, wherever it lights up with this pointer, that's how much advance the distributor has. So if you want 15 degrees of advance base and you want 18 or you want 15 degrees base and 36 total, you can adjust bushings and springs till you got that much advance in the distributor. So that's a pretty neat deal. I just like collecting junk mostly.
Me too, but Lance got cool stuff, y'all. I mean, I'm sure a lot of this is customers, but
Some of it is trash. And I need to get out of here. Just don't have time to clean up all the time like I want to. So
I know the feeling. You like me, bud. You need a Walmart warehouse.
That's for sure. That is for sure.
Oh yeah, here's the junk over here. I found it. Yeah, Lance don't need that. He don't need them. There ain't but about a dozen motorsport intakes laying over here.
Yeah, that's one pile of them.
One pile. Oh great. Listen, you hear that, baby doll?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got to take Lance to the Moultrie, Georgia swap meet with us. He would.
We're gonna get you a second mortgage for you guys.
Right, that would be my problem. My problem is I don't like to sell. I just like to buy.
Yeah, he's
That's
got
the
all,
biggest
they got all
thing.
kind of stuff.
Well, we got the same problem then, bud.
I like.
I'm gonna use that one day, but probably gonna look at it for 20
right.
years before I decide to use it.
That's right. That is definitely what I do. I always got big plans for something going on.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that has those plans in my head, and I keep telling myself I'm gonna get to it. Hey, I've gotten better in the last couple of years.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I am doing better.
Uh-huh.
Because Whitney told me, he's like, hey, if you know we're gonna die one day, so we gotta quit hoarding and start doing. So,
but he who dies with the most stuff wins.
there. Well, you got me beat. So.
Yeah. Get out.
So guys, Lance is 100% a Ford guy, but he will do anything.
You got some LS stuff there, 565, big Chevy, going together.
There's a dark block right there.
It's a little bit of everything.
So,
You never know.
so Lance, you teach Votech, right?
Yes, sir. Teach automotive. Guess we call it automotive service technology. That's what we call it right now. So may change the next time MDE wants it to change.
And you do your machine shop on your days off and during the summer when school's out?
The rest of my life.
The rest of your
That
life.
is it.
That's a good way to put it.
That is it. Yeah, I got a hoard of collected stuff there.
So, those top ones up there, guys, those are true Boss valve covers. Cool. I didn't know you fold transmissions.
Well, I don't. The guy that works for me, he's he builds. He do anything, but he really just build our stuff. You know, we don't do that for the public.
Okay,
at all,
okay.
But,
I got you.
he'll build our stuff there. So 4R70 going in a pickup. We got a Cleveland motor built.
Well, guys, I think I brought my heads to the right place. So, Lance can tell me if they worth putting money in or going a different route, I believe. All right. This motor here likes to party. It's got the laughing gas.
There you go.
Is that yours?
No, that's customers. We got to finish up the crank trigger on it. And odds and ends. He's ready.
You can bench flow some heads?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Check that out. I've only seen that on YouTube.
Yeah, I had a little Superflow 110 and ended up, actually the flow bench come from the same place one of those distributor testers come from. I called the guy about the distributor tester and he had a flow bench for sale, so I ended up with both of them.
I love you, Lance. Here's where all the magic happens right here, y'all.
We got more stuff, rod hones, Bridgeport, seat guide machine, valve grinders, a little bit of everything taking place there.
Check this out here, boy. That's pretty doggone cool. Man, I was telling Jennifer, I wish I had everything to do this. Well, not only that, I wish I had the knowledge. Maybe instead of running heavy equipment all my life, maybe I should have become a machinist because I love this stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I question myself sometimes.
The problem is, does your brain ever turn off? Lance?
Never does.
How do you sleep at night? You ever woke up and be like, oh yeah, I got it. I just figured it out.
That's right. I figured you get tired enough, you go to sleep. So
Right.
I like this. I don't know what it is, but
that's
It
a
looks-
cylinder hole, a
it's
CD616. And for somehow or another, I ended up double on about every piece of equipment. I got old quick way hone over there that I started with, and I still use it. I got this 616 2 or 3 years ago, something like that.
So you have a backup.
And
That's something.
yeah, I guess having a backup seems to be the thing there. But
Madison, you can start doing this for me, baby. That's what you need to do. Start machining.
that's right. That's right.
She's gonna run out and do that right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean,
So of course, boring bars, got double boring bars. Old Blockmaster, that thing's old as can be. Hadn't used that in a long time. I got some new indexable tool holders with indexable cutters that I got to get set up and go and see if I like them. I may not even like them, so I'll play with that. Of course, got a crank balancer. That's the only piece we've ever bought new. We bought that crank balancer new about 2018 or so. And of course, line hone, we can pretty much line hone anything automotive. So never a day goes by you don't want something else,
right.
Always want more equipment.
Kind of the snowball effect, huh?
That's right. That's right.
Well, you want to walk to the back of the truck? Let me show you what I brought.
Sure. Were you out front at which
Yeah,
door
out front.
you at? Okay.
Me and Lance already talked on the phone, guys, and he knows the story about the 383. I sent him tons of pictures of it. But so me and Jeff tore that down last night, and it has been neglected. But I mean, this is sad, dude. I ain't got a rag, but
So you think they may have freshened this thing up and just
that motor ain't running.
right? No, don't look like it, does it? Low 5 of 97s when the bearing's made.
So I don't think it was. I think it might have been freshened up and a couple pistons changed, and
Right.
on the rods here, I mean on the crank, it's got assembly lube
Right.
right in it.
And kind of dried up
Yeah,
there.
but you can see, I mean, there ain't no crank been in there.
Well, that's good. Good on your end anyway. Got something to clean up. Work
So
with.
is these rust stains gonna create a problem?
Worst thing we had to do is grind it 10. I mean, that's not a big deal. And everything. Of course, we get it cleaned up and start measuring it. It may need it anyway,
Right.
But worst thing to do is grind it. And like I say, what you want to do, put a decent set of rods and pistons in it. And
Well, I didn't realize the crank was steel
right.
until me and Jeff got it tore down, and then I remember the backstory on it when I got it from my buddy Coon. I was like, wait a minute, this thing come out of a truck that delivered propane.
Right.
And so I run these numbers right here, 140885532. Went down the list and got down there and it said GM Ford steel crank.
Right.
And I was
right.
like, well, I wonder if this crank could be strong enough to do what I'm trying to do.
Be fine in it. Yep. Be fine.
So is this, it's better than cast, but not as good as 4340?
Right. That's probably we'd have to look it up. Probably a 5140 or 5120 material, something like that. But what you doing with it? You're not trying to make 1200 horsepower.
No.
You want to spin a wheel and
I want it to be
look cool.
reliable and look cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if I want to call on it, I want it to be there. So
Yep.
I'm going, between you and Joe, I'm going to, decide what amount of boost to put to it and just be pump gas street friendly. So,
Right. Shoot, yeah. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
these heads I got from my buddy Sean, and I tried to pay him for them. And he's like, man, they got some problems. He said, I bought them and I don't know anything about them. He said, but they didn't have all the screw-in studs. They didn't have all the guide plates. So I took what was on there off. And it looks like they've never been run, but they got bent valve. It's like they put the motor together and maybe rolled it over by hand?
Possible.
So, have you ever heard of ProMax?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We used that though.
Are they what used to be Pro Comp? Or are they
No.
No.
Now, Speedmaster stuff is Pro Comp today. Of course, they probably still sell Pro Comp stuff, but I've a couple of sets of little Pro Maxes I've used. I hadn't had any issue at all with them. They seem good.
But you can see them two right there.
Yeah, they
And I don't know what they done.
there is no telling. Like I say, they may have. If they bolted them on a a stock short block, this looks like a 202 valve. We have to measure to see, but stock piston don't have enough radial clearance, so they may have bolted them on, turned it over, and realized they had an issue there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a problem with these heads. We take them apart, measure everything up.
Well, I've probably got 4 or 5 sets of new valve springs from different companies like Trick Flow and stuff. So, will they accept Trick Flow valve springs?
Should, yeah. I mean, we may have to change the locator or something like that, or most of these ProMax heads, I don't know how old they are when they started, but most of them come with packed valve springs on them, so they come with a pretty good valve spring for everyday use.
I'm trying to use what I've got in my shop. It'll be a roller 351 with a decent set of pistons in it, and I've got a new Trick Flow Stage 3 camshaft in the box. It's probably 10 years old, and I'm pretty sure I got some valve springs that match up to it. I had to find them.
Right.
Because I don't know what these are, and I guess you can check seat pressure compared to the specs on the Stage 3 to see if they would even work.
Right. Yeah, we got a Rimax, so we can check.
And I've heard horror stories about some of this hardware being junk on off-brand heads, so I don't know if these fall in that category.
Yeah, the Pro Comp stuff and Speedmaster and any of that, it's real questionable. Now, like I say, the few ProMax I've used, they've all seen fairly decent stuff. So
okay. All right, guys, we're gonna get this stuff unloaded, and I'm gonna plunder around back. I see some cool stuff when I pulled up, if Lance will let me, and we'll be back. Lance, this your buddy's truck?
yes, it is.
What's in it?
It's a 408 Cleveland 4-barrel head hydraulic roller cam.
You gonna take me down the road in?
Yeah, we'll go around the block. It's kind of a work in progress. We got an automatic to go in it, but it's still 3-speed on the column at the moment.
I bet that freaks some people out when you pull up at the red light, huh? Look at that thing, it's still got 3 on the tree.
Well, it's just what was in it. We wanted to get the motor in it, ride it around and all that kind of stuff. The old transmission makes a lot of noise in high gear.
It sounds mean, dude. What transmission are y'all planning on putting in it?
4R70 electronic.
Oh, that's the one y'all built?
On the table,
Okay.
yeah. It's been sitting under the shed, got dirty. When I say the transmission makes some noise,
I hear it now. I'm assuming it's full of oil.
had a perfect little 3-speed in it when we put it together, and Aaron wouldn't have it any other way. He rung second gear off it. It looked like we put it in a lathe and spun the gear around.
Really?
And we had another old transmission stuck in it just to just keep the truck where we can move it around,
Right.
things like that.
This Cleveland pounding the ground, guys. That sounds good. Real good.
Yeah, we can't show out too bad.
She got a second gear in her, boy. That thing pulls hard.
Yeah, like I say, you really, of course, the 3-speed, the gear is wrong, you know, all around.
Right, but
I
still.
think we get the automatic in it, we'll be able to know what we got then.
It'll walk that dog, kick that cat when you get that automatic in there. Plus you have overdrive.
Right. Yeah, that's the main thing.
Maybe you talk him into bringing the cruise and coast this year.
Well, he had it on his mind.
Has he ever been?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's been down the road around a little bit. We almost built the C6 and put in it, but then we was scared we'd never put the overdrive in it if we ever made an automatic swap.
All right, guys, we're gonna plunder around some more. I see a cool Ford Ranger around back I'm dying to look at. We'll be back. Do you need a big block of Ford?
I do.
Okay.
Golly.
Whole bunch of them.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, we know where to come and get one.
Yes, I do. That's a sharp fox, dude.
Yeah. We've
Nice line?
yeah, oh yeah. I don't have any light. You may sure about break your neck going around there. I don't know, probably 4, 5, 6 years ago. Straightened it all up, painted it, and all this just sitting back here got dust. I figure the dust is protected. We'll roll it out and wash it when it comes time to go race.
That's what we tell our friends. Like, why don't you wash that car? Because the dust is protecting it. Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, there's a little stock stroke wind, power glide in it.
Just
We've had
so, I mean, look. He could do the drag and drive with us.
That's true. Yeah.
straight down to there.
So, you see the rust rings in that thing where it's setting, huh?
Yeah, just overboard, take care of that, no problem.
All right, guys. We unloaded the motor. Got the crankshaft here. Lance is going to hook us up like a tow truck. And in the meantime, I got to find some heads. So we got to get on the phone and start calling buddies saying, hey, what's in the back corner over there covered up in leaves? But anyway, it's in good hands. I trust Lance. Lance got it going on. And I'm not a hoarder no more. I have met the king of hoarding.
Oh no.
Yes, I have. I thought I was bad. Whitney, I thought you was bad. No, sir. This man, he got me, you, and Joe beat with all three of our stuff combined together.
Joe?
Yes.
No, Joe.
Yes.
I thought he was Great
Yes.
Poopa.
Yes. This man, yeah. So he has a secret room. We didn't show y'all secret room. That's the reason it's secret room. So, Joe, sorry, bud. You was number one. You have failed to second. I'm running fourth place. He's running first. So Whitney's third. But anyway, we got to step up our game.
No.
We got to win the lottery, and we got to start hitting every swap meet between here and Texas and Washington, D.C. Yeah, we're going to
find
just...
a Walmart to put it all in first. So.
No, Lance is going to add on, and we're going to stock some of it
They
here.
just sell out.
Lord
They
have
sell out.
mercy.
All right, guys, we fixing to go find us something to eat. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all for the subscribes, the likes, the shares. Me and Jennifer greatly appreciate it. Thank y'all for hanging out with us, and we will keep y'all updated on the new engine for my Blue 57. I'm tickled to death. I've been wanting a blower for 20 years, and it's like a little small piece of dream for a child coming true. But anyway, thank y'all. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be safe. Take care.